Welcome friends, in this one let's take a look at some matrix questions, identifying the position of an entry, and we'll also take a look at adding, subtracting, and forming multiples, of scalar multiples, and then adding and such. Okay, so let's get to that. So here's a question. I have, what is the 2-4 entry of this matrix as you see it on this? So here what you would have is the following. When you say 2-4 entry, okay, so what do we mean by the 2-4 entry? We mean the following, then that we have row 2 and then column 4. Let's do a quick reminder of how matrices are structured. So when you're going this way, and then this way, and then this way, then each of these is a row. And then when you're going up and down, so this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and then column 5, like this. So you're going to look for the row 2, column 4 entry. So row 2 is the second row, column 4 is right here, you see? So it's that entry. In other words, the value is negative 43. That's how you answer this question. Okay, so just a couple other examples. Imagine we had, like, for example, A with a subscript that says 4 and then comma and then 1. So what does this mean? This means entry row 4, column, let's see, column 1 this way, okay? Let me get the spelling right. So anyway, that's going to be here basically 7 if you look carefully, right? Because row 4 is the bottom row, and column 1 is the first column, so it's a 7 in that position. And that's how you do these. So you have the row index followed by the column index. Let's look at the next one here. We're going to add these two big matrices. So we have C and B. We're going to add them. So we're going to do C plus B, in other words, this way. Notice that the following is true about each of these. This here one is, let's see, is 3 by 4. And then this here is also 3 by 4. So they're both the same size, 3 by 4 each. 3 rows for a column, so we can add them. It's going to work. So when you produce the sum, it's going to be the same size, another 3 by 4 this way. And then you're going to add the corresponding entries. So that means specifically you're going to have this. You're going to have negative 9 plus 8. So as a quick reminder, I'm just doing the negative 9 with the 8. I'm just going to add these together, these entries, because they're in the same positions in each matrix. And then we're going to have negative 5, let's see, plus 7. Okay, the next one here is going to be 6 plus 2, and the last one is going to be negative 2 minus 2. All right, the next one is going to be 10 minus 8. So entries in matching positions, you got to add those. Negative 10, see, plus 9. Next one will be here, negative 1 plus 1, and then 5 plus 5. Next row, so 1 minus 5. Next value here will be generated by 7 minus 1. Next one will be negative 7 minus 3. Well, plus 3 rather here, you see. And the last one then will be 3, let's see, minus 7 this way. And then you just simplify each of these. There's still going to be a 3 by 4, so negative 9 plus 8 is negative 1. Negative 5 plus 2 is 2. Negative 5 plus 7 rather. 6 plus 2 is 8. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. Next one, 5 plus 5 is 10. Negative 1 plus 1 here will be a 0. Negative 9 plus, negative 10 plus 9 is negative 1. Okay, and then 10 minus 8 is a 2. Down below, 1 minus 5, negative 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. Negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. And that's it. So this is the sum of these two matrices, that matrix. Okay, let's move on to other matrices. So this time I'm going to do A minus B as an exercise. We're going to subtract them. Okay, let me move this down. So we're going to have let's see. So this is a 3 by 2. I need to add a row. Okay, so I'm going to have a 2. I'm going to have a negative 2. And I'm going to have here a 4, a 0, negative 1, and a 5. I'm going to subtract from it B. And B will be another 3 by 2. So I need to add a row here. 1 second. Let me punch down a line. Oops. Okay. And then put the entries in there. So negative 6, 1. And the next one is 3 and negative 5. Next one is 4 and 3. And I worked with this. So, okay, I'm going to form a new matrix now. So, again, these are compatible. Just keep that in mind. This is 3 by 2. Right, and this is also a 3 by 2 this way. Let me pull this down a little bit this way. You decide how you do this, but you can do 2 minus a negative 6. So 2 minus a negative 6, like this. Depending on the level of detail you want to show, it would look like this. 2 minus negative 6. Next one, -2 minus 1. All right, next entry here, that would be 4 minus 3. Next one would be 0 minus -5. Be careful. Let me add a row down below here. Last row would then be -1 minus 4. And then it would be 5 minus 3. And then you work through the entries here. Just work them out. Okay, so let me put the matrix in there. Let me add a row on the bottom. 2 minus a -6 would be an 8. -2 minus 1 is -3. 4 minus 3 is 1. 0 minus -5 is 5. And the -1 minus 4 is -5. And then 5 minus 3 is 2. And that's it. That's the answer here. So just subtract corresponding entries. So we're going to do 3 times the matrix E minus 4 times the matrix B. Let's go through that process. It's going to be 3 times the matrix E, which is a 2 by 2. So times this 2 by 2, which is 4, -8, and then 5, and then -1. And I'm going to do minus 4 times the next one here, which is going to be, let's see, -9, 6, and then -10, and -4. So we have to figure out an order of operations. We're just going to distribute the 3 and the -4. So you're going to have, in other words, this. A new 2 by 2 that will look like 3 times 4. The next one will be 3 times -8. All right, next one here will be 3 times 5. And then the next one is going to be 3 times -1. Just distribute the 3 to each entry of the first matrix. With the second one, you have a choice. You can either distribute a +4 or a -4. If you distribute the -4, make sure you put a plus now between the matrices because the negative is going with the number. So it's going to end up being like this, in other words. So, in other words, here. Let me get rid of this. And this becomes a plus between the matrices. And it's going to be -4 times -9. And then -4 times 6. And then at the end, let's see, -4 times -10. Right, and then -4 times -4 at the next stage. And then you pop down the line and you continue with this process. So 12, -24, 15, -3 plus another 2 by 2, which is going to be 36. Next one's going to be -24. And then here's going to be 40, and it's going to be 16. And then you just add up corresponding entries as we've done already, right? So that's not new. That's not new. So 2 by 2. So you're going to have 12 plus 36. Well, 30 and 10 is 40. 2 and 6 is 8. So it's 48. -24 minus 24 is going to give you -48. All right. 15 plus 40. That's going to give you 55. And then -3 plus 16 is going to give you 13. And then that is the corresponding answer to this question. That's really it for this one. So, friends, please be sure to leave a like, to subscribe. I hope it's all been helpful. I will see you in the next video.